All right, welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. I'm actually not supposed to be making this video because it's quite late where I am. It's literally 4 in the morning as I'm recording this video, but I promised on X that I was gonna, make an emergency video to try and see what the price action here is for Onyxcoin, right? So we're actually saying that we are pretty much in a green territory. For the worst of the market, there happens to be, some wave of optimism sweeping across the whole board. As you can see on my watch list here, on my right, let me just go ahead and sort it nice and easy according to the things which are in green. And you can see some things up as high as 75%. So for Onyxcoin, yes, we're not up 75%, but there are a few things happening in there which are familiar, especially when, this price that is actually led to very huge pumps. One of those things happens to be the volume, which you can see is already up 102% in the last 24 hours, yet the price is up something like 12%. So it's good. And we can also see that the volume is coming from trusted exchanges, right? For example, Coinbase here is holding up to 25% of the whole traded volume. Then when it comes to perpetual, contracts and futures, we are seeing that the top leader right there is Binance. So this seems to be something that is very much organic, and I kind of like it to begin with. So usually the volume actually predicts a pump that is going to come because it means that more people are exchanging between dollars and the Xcn coin, and probably most of those transactions are buys for Onyxcoin. So that's something that we always want to take a look at. But of course, as I mentioned, if we look closely on this chart, there are a few things that we've always seen when the price has gone on to have those huge pumps. Now, before I talk about all that, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, because this video is going to be short because I want to just get straight to the point. But I tell a lot of people, go ahead and make a 10-15 minute video of things that you probably don't want to hear. Now, the problem is that YouTube does not really favor those short type of videos, right? So, the only thing that we can do here is to like the video, spread it, so that we tell the algorithm that actually this video, yes, it's short, but it's something that is very much relevant right there. So I'm starting here on the daily time frame, and I want to take it, actually, maybe I should be starting here on the 4-hourly time frame and show you that this kind of price section right here is looking more like a consolidation. We've already seen in the past things like this happen. For example, I'll take you back to January 2025. You can see that you had an initial pump, a consolidation, and then of course the price even went higher than that. But that's not the only thing. Even if you go back into the life cycle of Onyxcoin, this actually has been the case of these consolidations, and then all of a sudden you are pushing once again. Then you're also seeing the same thing right here. So this is characteristic of Onyxcoin, to be honest with you. But that's not really enough, right? We want to take a look at other things and say, okay, there is confluence right here. So if we go down maybe to our indicators, like the RSI on a daily time frame, we have also seen that the RSI likes to test the overbought territory, retrace a little bit, and then push again towards the upside one more time. This phenomenon is actually consistent to what I've actually been talking about with this kind of accumulation and consolidations. What you notice here is that you've got this initial push into the overbought territory, you retrace a little bit, and then you push way even higher. So the first one here is actually kind of indicating that yes, there is momentum. Then the second one will finish it off. Then we also saw pretty much the same thing right here as well. You've got the test of the RSI into the overbought territory. You retrace a little bit here, you push once again. You can also see that on the price, that's also the same thing that you're doing after these whole consolidations happen. Then you're pushing towards the upside one more time. So the other example that I could give is this price action that you see here. Yes, on the RSI, you were appearing as if you are in overbought territory. Retrace that whole thing, and then you've got another push towards the upside. Then you end up having this amazing one. Coming to where we are today, I think we are seeing the same thing here, which we see the initial push into that overbought territory, just to show that okay, there is momentum right here, and I'll be anticipating this whole thing to start pushing once again into the top levels of the RSI. Now, this would also be meaning that the price here has to do something great, right, that we are waiting for. Now, another thing that we have also needed in situations like this is also a market that is stable. And as things are looking right now, we're taking a look at the Bitcoin price. As you can see right there, this is very bullish, right? I wasn't expecting this thing to sail this much smoothly, but what we're seeing here is that the Bitcoin price has actually managed to break this whole downtrend that we have had ever since January, back tested cleanly, break also the horizontal resistance. So this is actually looking very good, and managed to close a very good daily candle. So as long as BTC is sitting pretty, I think also Xcn by default will be much better, right? And even outperform BTC. So this is very important to make things even better. We actually had an announcement very recently, just an hour ago, that Chinese President Xi Jinping is going to be meeting with the United States President in May. So that's next month. What are they going to be discussing? Most likely tariffs. So I think that, the wave of optimism that I've actually been talking about is going to be a little bit higher, especially for the stock market tomorrow and the following days. And we know the correlation, right? When the stock market is doing great, crypto also does great. That also means that Xcn, more likely than not, is going to be doing fine. One other indicator that I left out was the EMA bonds. With EMA bonds, we've actually been flipping them whenever we have had, successful and significant pops here for Xcn. So we have had that already, just like, I think it was 2 weeks back. So this was the flip of the EMA bond. So, looking at all those indicators, they're indicating a positive picture here for Onyxcoin. Now, before I get into the price targets of where I expect this whole thing to push towards, I want to invite you to our trading group, which you can join via Patreon, and you can see some of our recent trades, our biggest hits from the past week. This was Eagle, which was up 427%, and then of course we had Pi Network 192%, 97%, 131%, 210%, Fatcoin. I can't believe the name, but 74%. Then of course this one right here was 316%. This week alone, today is only Tuesday, but we've already managed to get one of our biggest hits, which is Telcoin at 400 something percent, whatever the case may be. Then we've got a new trade here on Gala. Then this one is already closed at 100%, which is pop. We still have got more trades that have already been announced, and some of them which you can still enter. But if you want to be seeing all those trades and stuff, again, the link is going to be somewhere there in the description. Now, let me talk a little bit more about my price targets here for Telcoin. And I think that I've always been saying this time and again that, look, I'm not expecting much from this price chart because I've made a lot of mistakes in the past of expecting way higher price targets, which are probably possible long term, but not possible immediate short term. Here, I would anticipate that if this market continues to be this much bullish, I'm looking at Telcoin going to the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. That is the golden ratio. From where the price is sitting here, you're looking at maybe at 324%. Now, for some people, this is enough, but I know some people who actually are saying that Telcoin is going to go to $2. Some people are saying it's going to go to $1 and stuff like that. Yeah, I think, maybe that's something that is possible. But once again, as I said, I've made this kind of mistakes in the past of looking too much ahead into the future. So what I'm looking forward to right here is something that is probably realistic. And I think that Xcn can do this much more easily, right? 324%, it can certainly do that. So that will be about 7.7 cents. But I'll actually welcome it much better if it does, maybe go to 20 cents or stuff like that. For now, those are not my price targets, at least from the way I'm looking at things right now. If it goes there, then that's perfect. And I want to wish everybody a success in those price targets that they're looking forward to. But, this is what I actually think and my honest thoughts. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.